Kennedy was on tour of Ireland, and on his visit here to Galway City, he spoke to the people there in the green area to our left-hand side, and they changed the name then to Kennedy Park Air Square. Now, going a little further away from that, again back in the 13th century, Galway City was ruled by 14 Norman families, or tribes as they're known, and that is what earned Galway its nickname, the City of the Tribes. Now, the wall around the old city back then would have come from our right hand side here, would have crossed their paths as it continued all the way down to the left. The main gate to the city back then would have been just there at the pedestrian lights, and it was known as the East Gate. The Glenlow Abbey Golf Course crossed the lake towards the Headford Road side of the lake itself. Now, famous the world over, it certainly is, and there isn't a corner of the world that the anglers haven't come from, say, that fished on Lough Corrib. Now, if they never come, we get to Mom Cross, we'll turn to our right down into Mom Valley, the first of the two valleys on our tour today, and hopefully all going well. Otherwise, I suppose stay dry for today. We'd be able to stop the coach, get off the little coach, get a few nice photographs, a nice memory of our day out here in Connemara together. And after that, then we'll make our way down to Mom Village, where we turn to our left over towards the little village of Leenane. Now, Leenane, apart from it being one of the more picturesque and beautiful little villages in this part of Connemara itself, it's also famous the world over as it is home or host to the only fjord in Ireland, Kilry Fjord. I will tell you all about the fjord as we go past it a little later on. And secondly, the little village square and the little bar there called Gainers the Field Bar. Now, both of those were in many scenes in that film called The Field, starring Richard Harris and, of course, Tom Berenger. The 1960s, that certainly would have seen the beginning of the end for a lot of those cottages, because there was no insurance company here in Ireland would insure anybody with a thatched roof, because they deemed them a very high fire risk. Now, you can see where they're coming from, but the closest they could get an insurance company to deal with was in England. The only problem there was the cost. It was just too expensive. They couldn't afford it, basically because they were only small families, working people, so they could not. West coast of Ireland here, mid-16th century, en route to England. Basically, their plan was to invade England. Now, they were also carrying a lot of equipment and a lot of ponies on those ships. Now, unfortunately for them, as they were making their way along the west coast of Ireland here, they ran into some awful stormy weather here, and a lot of those ships that became shipwrecked here off the west coast. Now, only the ponies that would have
So this spot was used in The Quiet Man from 1952 with John Wayne. It sits right here. There's a couple people from our tour, but he sits right here and he looks out and he thinks about his time living here.
Don't want to know anything whatsoever about the peat here itself. Now, we'll actually be going right down through the peatlands after our visit to Leenane, and you'll see for yourselves quite clearly what it's all about, and I'll talk to you in more detail about it there. Anyway, so melting and melting over the centuries. Now, when the real cold glacial times were here, snow and ice would have built the great depths here, covering it through here with such force that is what created or carved out the valley as we see it here today. Now, the valley
one of the valleys. I forget which one. Man Valley?
and the guy did all of that, and as you can see, working morning, noon and night, building those walls for that little half cup of grain or corn. And also, while that was going on, there was tons and tons of fresh food that was growing here in Ireland, leaving ports here in Ireland, morning, noon and night, day after day.
So we're at another stop. This is one of the fords. Starting to rain just a little bit.
Between the two counties, Galway and Mayo. Now, we're just passing an area there known as Nancy's Point on the fjord, and there are several different species of fish here at Killery, but the type of fish, if you're unsure, have your ticket ready and I'll have a look and I'll soon tell you exactly where you should be going. Now, for those people that are going, there you have it. Today, or as I said, 1870, it was a castle and home to Mitchell Henry. Today it's an abbey and home to the Benedictine Order of Nuns. Now, if you look directly across to the right from us, you'll see the tower of the church. That is the beautiful
Alright, we are at Connemara National Park, and it's kind of raining a bit, so I think we're just going to take the easy trail, walk around. Luckily we have our rain pants and our rain jackets on, and we're not going to go up to the top of Diamond Hill just because it's going to be very slick and it's going to take a while, and there's absolutely no view. It's totally in the clouds. So just waiting for Shane, and then we're going to set out.
Action.
Hello, we're in
Connemara National Park.
Connemara National Park. It's kind of spit and rain a little bit, so we're just going to walk around a little and enjoy it. We've got like about 2 hours here.
We're going to attempt a hike of Diamond Hill, but the weather is typically Irish, so it is very misty
In the clouds.
and spitting some rain, so we're just going to go as far as we can and enjoy the day.
We had an Irish coffee earlier on our stop, and our tour guide Michael has been great, so we're just enjoying it and really happy to just be touring around and just get a little bit of outdoor time.
Yeah, it's been beautiful scenery and lots of sheep, as you'll see, are right around the corner.
So we got this. Unfortunately, it's not a blue, bright sunny day for us. Look at my nice ring though. Ooh. So I think we might do the yellow path, maybe a little bit of the blue. Probably not going to do the red, unfortunately. Hopefully you can hear me. It's very windy, but we started here, went all the way up this way, over to here, up to here, around this part, and we ended up going just to here. It was super windy, and we decided, because we weren't feeling the best, that we would just kind of pack it in. But we did get nice views, even though it's not a bright, clear sky day.
As you can see, the summit is pretty much in the clouds and it's very windy, so not much of a view up there.
Seeing the estate here up for sale, they put in an offer. Believe it or not, their offer was more or less
Alright, hello world. It's end of day 5 and today we went on a tour, which was very nice. We weren't sure if we were gonna go just because we weren't feeling the best, but we took some medicine and a lot of it was just hearing about like the history. Went to the national park, which was nice. It was overcast, of course, and like a little bit rainy, but it was nice to get outside and like walk a little, hike a little. And we had the most fabulous, wonderful driver who's this older man named Michael, who is from Ireland, and he was very, very sweet. And he kept saying like, oh, it's no problem whatsoever, no problem whatsoever. So that was really nice of him. And the tour was like all day, so we're excited to get home. We just grabbed some like pretty much like ramen and made that. And we covered quite a bit of ground, which was great, and got to see a lot of kind of the wild coast, wild Atlantic way. And now we are gonna eat some chocolate and take some nighttime medicine and sleep for hours and hours and hopefully wake up healthier than we have been. So that's everything. Bye.